mentioned yesterday. But back in the building with my coworker and comrade, Mr.
Joe Dre,
What's going on?
Wisconsin Voices. How you doing, Brian?
Man, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just getting through the swing of things and just getting prepared like everybody else to have a busy week with, weather activities here. We still got things going on, even though we're getting prepared for this quick little convention. Just want to make sure that we get everything in order and helping tie all the loose ends here with the canvassing and, just making sure we promote. We got some cool things going on coming up as always, and definitely have one of our partners calling in a second, just talking about an event that they got tonight. Of course, we got the big vote coming up October 1st. We're excited about that. We'll talk about that as well just a little bit, and just hit a few topics that myself and Mr. Dre may have. So what you got for us today, Joe? Just anything, any angle? Go ahead, give it to the people.
Well, I'm just going to ask you, did you watch any football this weekend?
Yeah, man, what's crazy? I was watching what's his name, Bergman, his 3 minutes yesterday during the game. I kind of caught, most of the good highlights. I was doing a lot of pulling up the highlights off my phone. I really didn't get to like I usually do is either sit down and just watch that first round, but I caught a lot of serious highlights from the weekend. But one highlight I really caught.
yeah. The one highlight of Tyreek Hill for the Miami Dolphins being arrested on his way to the stadium, pulled over for a minor traffic violation.
Yeah.
But still made it in game time, for the game, and still made it for pregame warm-ups and played in the game.
Still had a heck of a run and teased it right back in his face, put it right back in their face with the handcuff celebration that he did. But he got out there and still did his thing. I like to see that, it didn't throw him off, even though they hemmed him up. And a lot of that is because you got a multi-millionaire driving. I think he was driving like a $300,000. I think that was like a McLaren or something like that. It looked like a McLaren or something. And then his boys that was with him, they pull up in $300,000. Cullinan, named after one of the biggest diamonds, Rolls Royces. So that had them feeling some type of way. I was even watching some of the camera footage after that and watching how the police officers were acting. You already know some of that is just that jealousy, which is
well, I think even Tyreek kind of brought it up in the press conference afterwards and said, if I was just a regular black man on the street, would I have been treated the same way? And if you watch some of the video, you can hear the cops go back and say, hey, did you know that this guy's a star for the Miami Dolphins? He plays football. And now he's let go and everything's fine. But if this would have been an average person on the street, would have been the same treatment.
Yeah, because you got a lot of brothers in Miami that's pulling up in whips just like that though. So it could have been, it's a lot of guys down there that do ride $500,000 luxury vehicles like that. And I'm sure that they deal with the issues of, of jealous or insecure police officers in Miami all the time because of the route that they chose in life was to get the bag and not chase the bag in a legal, chase the bag on the legal side. They chasing the bag on the legal side too, but the cops are chasing the bag a different way. They trying to get your bag and interfere with you getting your bag,
right?
Especially in cities like a Miami or a Vegas or anywhere they see, any places where a lot of black athletes and celebrities and people with money, whether you in IT and sports or whatever, you're gonna see a lot of successful people of color in other big cities, and sometimes it can be a culture shock to not only visitors of other cities like myself. And when I was younger, I used to be culture shocked to seeing so many successful black people driving luxury vehicles across the country and some of these events that I would attend. But as you get older, you just like, hey, it's just shoot, I'm trying to get like you, and sometimes you do have people in different areas, whether it's law enforcement or security guards waiting to pick up your car, or valet to get your car. They will try to cause some hiccups in your life, especially if they can't separate and think about it. You can do this too. You can have the opportunity. You may not be a Tyreek Hill, but it's a lot of opportunities to get you a $500,000 car if you put your mind to it.
You got to put the work in. And I think that's a lot of things when it comes to success, across the board. It depends on how much work you're willing to put into it.
Yeah. So that was the one, but he did great bouncing back from that. So shout out to them and the Dolphins. I think they got that win that game too, didn't they?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. But also, you know, it's a big day. We got something going on tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Big presidential debate going on tonight. I know there's a lot of watch parties going on throughout the city. I had an email that linked to a map. I don't have the link with me, but that showed where all the watch parties were throughout the county. So there's plenty of them going on. I don't think you'd have to look too far to find one. But your thoughts, Brian, on tonight's debate and maybe what you would like to hear or some of the questions you'd like to hear asked.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I'd rather not hear a bunch of runarounds on either ends, whether it's something regarding the economy or border security or anything helping any groups of color or minorities or even just overall the country period when it comes to helping uplift the middle class and bringing people up to a middle class. How can we claim such a great country when we got so many people out here struggling every day to decide if they're gonna get gas or they're gonna get groceries,
Right.
That deciding factor for so many people on a day-to-day. So I will really want to hear about ways that we can continuously uplift the lower middle class, the poor classes of individuals, which just seem like if you look at these new rates, that's all of us. If now it's 100,000 is, if what they say, I seen some of them now. I'll pull them up maybe for the next on a break, but they're looking at like 100,000 is lower middle class, and then everything. I'm like, the new scale,
right? And you remember, I mean, even 10 years ago, 100,000. I mean, you might as well give me $1 million, But like, wow, what am I going to do with all of this? And now it's like, well, maybe that's about what you need, just to live a comfortable life anymore and to provide for your family. So it's become tough for a lot of folks out there.
So I want to see talk on that. I would love to see talk, and I know I mentioned it, and we got a little kickback from some listeners, but that talking about what was it, immigration, as far as how we're gonna handle that from both ends. I'm just interested in hearing from both sides. Another big one, and I think we talk about this a lot, Joe, is just infrastructure. How this is a period in time where we need to be focused on the country's infrastructure and building something that that could be marveled, just like we marvel other countries' infrastructure. So we got things that were put up, in the 20s, 10s, 20s, 30s that people marvel at, Statue of Liberties and things like that, but updated transportation system that can be looked at as like, world renowned or, a world-class transportation system that could be used, or find a way to help multiple states have an upgraded transportation system or something that is going to help create longevity in in this country, and not have us just depending on other people's. I know we do need oil, but we need to figure out other ways to use some of this energy we have, and if we need to find other ways to process or reuse a lot of the oil. So I'm curious to know what other people in the community want to listen to or hear as well from the debate tonight. So definitely want you to tap in. So real quick, perfect timing, we do got a caller on the call right now, or on the line right now, and I believe that is Mr. Coleman calling in to talk about what we got going on and what he has going on with his organization. So Mr. Coleman, you there? Coleman?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, my brother? How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Man, appreciate. I'm really pretty good. I appreciate you for calling in. This is one of the last minute calls that we had, and thank you for taking it. At that rate of us running into you in the office. So I would love for you to tell people who you are, who you guys are as far as an organization, and whatever else you like to share.
Oh yeah, thank you also for having me, and I love hopping on and talking about the great organization we have. My name is Coleman Good. I am the relational organizer with the Workers Center for Racial Justice. We are a Black liberation organization. We believe in building Black political power by creating a world that is equitable for everyone. Yeah, like I said, I'm the relational organizer. I'm originally out of Chicago, but I spend lots of my time here in Milwaukee, and it's kind of becoming my second home.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yeah. Hey, that's a good segue before we get into what y'all got going on tonight. So how has Milwaukee been for you as far as getting adjusted to the city and coming from Chicago and having all the options you have where there's entertainment, business related, networking, etc. How's it been for you on your what has it been, your few months you've been in town, or like a year or so?
Yeah. Yeah, so I've been coming into Milwaukee, I guess, since probably July.
Okay.
I'm up here a couple of times a month. Usually it's only for a couple of hours, though, so I haven't really had enough time to enjoy the nightlife that I keep hearing about, But
Ryan will tell you about that, right?
yeah. I mean, I hear you guys like to get down, So yeah. I'm hoping to get to spend some more quality time outside of work hours here and get to know the city more that way.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So, how did you get into working with the Worker Center for Racial Justice?
Oh yeah, so I started off actually as an organizer with Workers Center for Racial Justice, and as their lead organizer out of Illinois. So I started there probably in April of 2023, and came over. Did a lot of organizing around workers' rights. Led some issues here at the city of Chicago on getting one fair wage passed, and a lot of my work was around making sure that people had access to high quality jobs, good paying jobs. They're being treated fairly in their jobs, and making sure that people understand their rights as employers and as employees, and making sure that people have the tools needed to, in case they do find themselves in a space where they are being treated wrongly.
Absolutely. You got any success stories you would like to share from some of your work that you've had, or any places that you were able to secure people jobs or help any individual that stood out, or anything impactful within your work?
Yeah, I think one of the big successes that I think we had was definitely getting the one fair wage ordinance passed in Chicago. So that meant that we got an ordinance passed so that workers, starting actually on July 1st of this year, they will slowly start over 5 years, will be taken from a sub minimum wage to a minimum wage of $15 an hour on top of their tips in 5 years. So we got that passed in Chicago last November. It was really powerful and really exciting to be a part of that movement and be part of that work. And felt it just felt really good to see, all these Black women, especially, they're fighting to be paid an equal wage and be paid a wage that's livable, and to not have to work in a downtown location to be successful and to have a healthy wage. Because I believe, like everyone, your zip code should not define your success, or should not define how you live your life.
No, I agree.
Love
Big
that.
time. And that was what I used to see a lot too. I was big on making sure that people understood that, you could be from anywhere in the city and still have that success. Don't let it think that just you got to stay in this box of jobs because you living in this zip code. So that's real. I appreciate that. All right. So before we get to anything as far as the events. Matter of fact, let's just get to the event. So, you guys now are in the office with us, and it's great to have you. We love to see, y'all are a busy team as well. We see y'all moving and shaking. Whether it seemed like y'all had about 2-3 trainings in the last week, and thank y'all for bringing that energy, and and that's a motivating piece in itself to see other organizations come in and hitting the ground running that's working in the office with us. So again, thank y'all to y'all team, and and everybody over there that's been just so smooth, and just actually acting like we a family already, coming in and talking to me, getting stuff printed, not making it awkward. People coming in and they're scared to say something. I'm glad that we got some relationships already built with Amira and Leela and yourself. So thank y'all for just coming in and being so smooth, and and just being of course I guess respectful of the space. You know how it is when new organizations come in, it could be one way or the other. So thank y'all for just being a smooth group. What do y'all got going on this week, or today actually, that the people in the city of Milwaukee should know?
Yeah, so tonight we're going to be hosting a presidential debate watch party. We're going to have some food. We're going to have some conversation. We're going to give people an opportunity to see both candidates, share their view of the world and where they want to take this country. And I'll be interviewing a couple of people before the debate, asking them some questions, asking them what they want to see, asking them what they want to hear. We're doing some post-debate interviews, asking people like, what did they see? What did they hear? What are they, what are their thoughts? We want people to stay informed. We want people to have a space where they can speak their mind, and learn, and we just that's what we want to do here. We want to give people opportunities to get questions asked and talk and eat and socialize and get to know who we are.
Yeah. So is this the group's first debate party that you've thrown?
Yeah, this is our first official presidential debate party tonight at 7 p.m. So at our office. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm really, really excited about it. I love debates. You know, I used to be on the debate team in high school, so
Okay.
I love this stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little bit of a nerd that way. So yeah.
Yeah, my little sister was on the debate team. I remember driving up to Neenah, Wisconsin one year to I think that was the debate team. She's listening to Kayla if I got it wrong, but we did drive up to Neenah for some event when she was in high school. And I think that was a debate. And it makes sense now because she definitely has that debating type of energy as a 25-year-old adult. So, but yeah, okay. So yeah, so and the address again for everybody, it'd be 4201 North 27th Street. Again, this debate party is open. Come in, enjoy the debate. Come in and, but also we want to make sure that we can hear the debate as well. So you make sure that we are respecting the space and everybody is, coming in with, some acknowledgement of, hey, there is a debate going on before um uh the presidential nominees get up there. We want to make sure that we are not loud and running through the hallways. So, but anything else you like to share? Anything else y'all got coming up? I know y'all got some things going on, but is there anything that you like to share from your team or from your organization?
Yeah, so as I said, I'm the relational organizer at the group, so that means I do a lot of organizing around like texting and hot button issues that are happening in the community. We're actually going to have a meeting this Saturday at the space at 4201 North 27th Street at noon. We're going to be, kind of talking about the relational organizing program, which I'll let people know more. It's a program that you can get paid basically for sending text messages to people, sending text messages to your family and friends. So if you want to know more information about that and like get swag and just like learn more about our organization, come check us out this Saturday, September 14th at noon.
All right, appreciate that. So yeah, Joe, you got anything for him?
No, I think that sounds great. I just want to say one thing about the watch parties. I'm not good at those. When you were talking about, people keeping quiet, I'm not the one to keep quiet. I usually watch them by myself because I get so rowdy and I start yelling at the TV and sometimes I throw objects at it. But I think that's awesome what you guys are doing. And again, just reiterating what Brian said, having more folks in the office, everybody moving towards that mission, of helping out the community and lifting up this community. It's just great to have you guys there. So thank you.
Well, thank you so much for having us in the office. It's been great.
Absolutely. Well, Coleman, thanks for tapping in with us. We'll definitely be in contact with you. Again, let them know where it's at as far as the debate party.
So it's tonight, 4201 North 27th Street. Be on the first floor. So hope to see you guys there at 7 p.m.
Yeah. Thanks again. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep. Yes, sir. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and take our first break right here. It's about that time. Joe, you got anything before we go to break?
No, I'll wait till the other side, man.
Sounds good. All right. Well, you are on Be a Voice Radio, WNOV 860, 106.5 FM. We'll be back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices. I'm here with Brian and myself, Joe Dre.
Yeah. We back in the building, man. They let us back on the mic. They shouldn't let me had a radio station this morning.
What did I say in the break? It's the bro show today,
it's
right?
the bro show. Yeah, man. What's up, y'all? We are back. Yeah, I'm just excited that, we have beautiful sunny weather, we ain't had the extreme frost besides the other night, and I took my vitamin D again, Carvey, you're back on it. Carvey, I know you listen to his music. My bad, Carvey. I know you over there working hard. But I took the vitamin D again, just trying to make sure that, that time of the year we stay up on everything that we may not be receiving from outside, whether it's just the sun and the sun rays or anything that you might eat that you can't get once the weather changes. Some of the fruits and vegetables don't be at the grocery store like that. And I got some things to say about inflation and grocery as well, some articles and stuff going on. But Joe, let's get back to what you had for us, because I know you had some good stuff for us as well.
Yeah, real quick, not only do we have the debate today, but it's a big day as well with the Wisconsin Supreme Court. They're scheduled to hear an argument today in a case brought by the Republicans who want to bar the use of mobile voting vans in the presidential in Wisconsin. Such vans, actually, a single van was actually used one other time in Racine in 2022. It allows voters to cast absentee ballots in the 2 weeks leading up to the election. Racine, the Democratic National Committee, and others are saying that there's nothing in the state law that prohibits that. So the Wisconsin Supreme Court's going to hear that today. We just like to keep everyone informed on what's going on, whether it's with the Supreme Court, whether it's with our state legislator, whether it's with our federal government, local government. We want to keep people informed. We're not going to have a decision on this, and it definitely will not affect the outcome of the November election. But, like I said, we like to keep people informed and let them know what's going on, and we'll keep an ear on this case and find out what happens.
Yeah, that right there is, of course, for the ailing individuals and the people who have such busy schedules, that could be something that'd be beneficial. But like you said, what do you think?
I think of folks that, have accessibility issues or mobility issues,
exactly.
Folks that don't have access to transportation or even mass transit that doesn't go everywhere in the city, and maybe they can't access that for some reason, how that could be beneficial for them. Having a van that can go around and maybe park in your neighborhood for an afternoon or whatever and allow you to have a location for you to drop those absentee ballots, as long as things are safe and secure and that box is locked and sealed and we can account for everything, I don't see anything wrong with it personally.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because even just think, like, if it's a neighborhood where you have multiple senior citizens living in that neighborhood, a senior complex or whatever, and it's like, oh, that the van that takes our ballots is downstairs, and if you got a proactive worker working for the organization or company, they should be able to go assist, whether it's a 65-year-old senior or it's a 95-year-old senior. Hey, we can take you down here to this box, get your ballot down here, make sure that you are counted where you should be counted, not just because nobody's can come past and get you situated because it's hard for you to get to a senior what do you call it, a van or an organization that'll take you to a box or to a polling place. So yeah, having that, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, as long as it's safe and secure, I don't see anything wrong with it.
But, yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah, what you got, Brian?
Outside of that, I just want to highlight the big vote one time. We do have the big vote. We do want y'all to come out to this concert. I think anytime you got a free concert focused around getting out people to come vote, get registered to vote, understand the importance, you get to see the installations, you get to engage with people from across, the city, across the country who are out there and understand the significance of getting out there and voting. I think that we should continuously highlight this concert. So as far as the concert, the big vote, it'll be that Turner Hall, and that'll be October 1st. Doors open up at 5:00. We will have individuals down there to show you where to get what you need. You'll be able to meet all types of people. Joe will be there. You get to say what's up to Joe.
I'll be there. I will.
Joe will be giving out autographs.
Oh man, now you're going a little bit too far now. No.
just in case, but yeah, I'll be down there, of course, myself. Our team will be down there, and people that we're working with that have helped get this thing off the ground. We do have special guests, Little Scrappy, coming in to perform. We have Jasmine, Tyler, and Rotimi as the host. We also have Rotimi. Excuse me, not Rotimi, but what's the guy's name? I forgot the brother's name now. Somebody else. We got Carvey P in there. I know Carvey up in there. We got Steve Stoner that's gonna be there. We got some people that's gonna be headlining outside of the 2 or 3 or 4 that I've mentioned. So I would say come down here, come check it out. Go down there, come check it out. Do something that you usually don't do on a Tuesday, which is go to a concert. So we'll have everything situated. Of course, there'll be some snacks, and I don't know what level of snacks, but we're gonna get you right.
We don't go anywhere without food.
Yeah, that's a fact, right? Everybody on the team like to eat good. I think everybody in this studio like to eat good. So it'll definitely be it'd be a nice. Oh, Ro James, that's who I was thinking about. Ro James, he'll be there as well. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to jumping off and seeing the turnout. I know that it's a lot of people that are being support from different organizations and different networks from across the city. So please come out October 1st. Doors open at 5 p.m. The concert goes from 6 to 10.
Turner Hall,
Absolutely.
downtown.
Yes.
Yep. Right in my neighborhood a little bit, so I don't even have to go far for that.
Right,
so
Joe. You can just
awesome.
kind of roll out the bed or roll off the couch and kind of slide downstairs, and you right there, right?
I got a feeling I'll probably be there a little early helping. But
yeah, look, me and you both, right? I'm sure. Look, doors open up at 5. We be there at 3:30.
Oh, at least, at least,
at least 3:30.
At least.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. It's always great when our organization, when other organizations can partner up and we can really make an impact on the community, especially around something as important as voting. This is a great, a great, concert that we're going to offer the community. We encourage folks, if you're not registered to vote, we're going to have folks there assisting other people to vote, to register to vote. So, show up, show out, and amplify your voice.
Yeah. I say, come on out.
Come on down.
And we do want to see our youth up there. And speaking of the youth, I just seen a new article today talking about what was going on with the teens during the what do you call it, the COVID lockdowns. So it said teens' brains aged during the COVID lockdown, what this new research suggests. So, of course, during the lockdown, with school closures, a lot of cancel activities, people staying at home. Of course, they're saying it was some premature age, staying at home, prematurely aged teens' brains by as much as 4 years. Researchers from the University of Washington have found.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it makes sense, though, because
it does.
Because you can even tell by some of the actions we see by some of the teens now across the city and just across the country. I mean, you can look on TikTok and you'd be like, or internet, you'd be like, what's wrong with these kids? I mean, whether it's just, and you say kids being kids, but I guess some of it was, when we kept saying that lockdown was gonna cause so many, even before all the studies came out, everybody was already saying like, man, that lockdown is gonna cause a lot of mental health issues to have a lot of people thrown off, not just teens, but we seen what happened with the adults. We seen a lot of adults that we knew personally. Some of people weren't the same after the lockdown. They said, man, after this, I'm never being in the house again. Some people changed their whole personalities. Some people reversed. And some people are just now starting to come outside after the lockdown, where they really feel comfortable with being around big groups of people because, whatever is the anxiety or you just had that year and some change off, especially if you're a person that never went back to having to be around, big groups because you work from home. A lot of people stayed in that mindset. So I just wanted to highlight with, just a couple just a couple sentences from this article. It says lead researcher Patricia Cole, co-executive director of iLab, said that after COVID lockdowns began in 2020, they couldn't do brain scans follow-ups, but the ones that they did do brain scans on. So they began studying the brain MRIs in 2018 to see how the brain structure of 160 teens from the Seattle area developed. The participants were nearly equal number of boys and girls, and they ranged from 9 to 19. So they got a nice big age range for this study. But they said by measuring the thickness of the cerebral cortex, the outer layer of tissue in the brain, which controls the high levels of the function of the brain, of course, like reasoning and decision making, which is something that we always talk about, how their frontal is not fully developed. They discovered that the brains of the teen boys had prematurely aged by 1.4 years. And then the brain scans of the girls showed accelerated aging of 4.2 years, according to the study. So, if your kid is acting a little bit more mature than normal, especially your daughter.
Well, I was just having this conversation the other day with a neighbor, right after the latest school shooting happened.
Yeah.
They were saying, maybe we should all go back to. My neighbor was saying maybe we should all go back to virtual. Then we don't have the school shootings. But I said, the effects that had were so detrimental, and we're still dealing with those 4 years later. And I have a feeling 4 years from now, we're still going to be dealing with some of the after effects of COVID. But yeah, I think the first ones that really came out and started to sound the alarm were the teachers that had the students in those virtual classes, and we're saying, hey, we're starting to notice some problems here. Some academic scores are sliding, some behavioral issues are starting to arise. So it's interesting now that the science backs up kind of what we all suspected and what we all felt, 4 years ago and since then.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, and even the physical changes, how something exterior like that just can physically change your body, and how important that human interaction is, and having those building, having those relationships. It's so important.
It is. Yeah. We've seen so much, like you said, you've seen so many people, and like even with the physical, not having that connection, the touch, or or being talked to in certain cases, show that people really lose. I mean, I want to say they losing their mind, but a lot of people are really was really losing out just because they weren't able to interact, and just besides that, some people already might have went into the pandemic or to that without having, strong relationships with people. And then after that, they might have only had to depend on who they had at a work setting or in an organizational setting, like a help group, or, some therapy sessions that got shut down because of that. So yeah, we are seeing that. I'm sure, like you said, from now into another 4 years and maybe another 4 years after that, we'll be seeing studies and seeing how that, little time, of cutting social interaction has affected so many of us across the country. So yeah, that's a good one. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate your bit on that. So outside of that, what else do we got going on in the this week in the community? I was trying to figure out, it's that time of the year where we got a lot of events starting to kick up, and especially a lot of the organizations start putting together, getting ready for their galas or some of their functions or anything like that. I always want to make sure that we are highlighting. So if there's anybody in the community, if you listen to us, if you got anything you want to, let us know that you got going on that you would like people to come support. We always want to make sure at Wisconsin Voices we are talking about building community, which is one of our pillars. So if anything is going on that you would like to share, anything positive that you would like to let us know, let's tap in with us, 414-444-5250. We would like to hear how you feel about some of the debate topics or things that you may see, that things that you are expecting to hear, or what you as a citizen of the United States of America, what are some of the things that you would like to hear in this debate tonight? What are your natural feelings about it? But also, again, like I was just saying prior to that, making sure that we know that there's some community events going on. We always like to tap in and make sure that we are keeping the people aware of any events that's going on in the community.
Yep, that's what it's all about. It's about supporting and uplifting the community that we live in. And We always want to hear from folks and let us know what's going on out there. So not only everyone else can join, but hey, so you and I can go down too, right, Brian?
Yeah.
So the Wisconsin Voices staff knows what's going on, so we can send our staff down there and hang out with y'all.
Yeah, and even like the last few weeks I have been going to some things, and I do want to shout out like Beacon of Hope that invited me to their first or their inaugural event that they had at I don't want to say
they do the hospice, right?
Beacon of Hope, they help with they're more with helping pretty much people else. Yeah, they pretty much help with people struggling, whether it's like dealing with I guess like domestic violence and things like that, and helping people get back on their feet after trauma experiences and different angles of support that they can give. That's where Beacon of Hope.
We had another Beacon of Hope back in Ohio. It was a total different organization. That's why I asked.
Oh, okay. So you got a Beacon of Hope out of Ohio. Yeah, we got some organizations that I'm just looking forward to working with. The one that me and Brandon met up with the other day. I want to shout out to Brandon and Trav from West Care connecting us. Trav from West Care connected Brandon, and Brandon bringing me in. You got Social Change out of the Chicago area as well, and they're interested in just coming in hands on deck, helping out. We'll get them on the radio too. It's another organization that just wants to come up and they want to stretch their arms and their reach out to the Milwaukee area, which they should. With all the Chicago citizens moving to Milwaukee, we will need your help to corral some of y'all people. So if you got an organization and you based in Illinois and your people's from Chicago is sliding up here, like as we used to say, or as my people used to say, 90 going north. Yeah, come on up here and be a partnership with our organization and all these other organizations in the community, because that's part of breaking down the silos. Because then if an organization from out of state is coming to support just as strong as an organization here, maybe you'll put a fire underneath some of the organizations that's working here and be like, dude, we can't have no Southside Chicago organization showing up to an event that's 5
take it to
blocks
the next
away
level.
from my house, right? So that'll make some of the organizations locally may want to put a fire underneath them. But like I say, and I always say to everybody, and I'll say this to anytime I'm out, whatever event, we guys got to keep breaking those silos down. It's a continuous practice of making sure that we are not playing the what they call it, the gatekeeper and keeping people away from opportunities. Now, if it's for you, it's for you. Nobody should be able to take that from you. But if it's an opportunity to uplift and bring more people into something, we need to come together as a strong unit and not fake it. So
yep. All right, I think we're about at our break time. We're gonna go ahead and take a break. This is WNOV, Be a Voice with Wisconsin Voices.
Sure. Hey, y'all, we are back at Via Voice Radio 106.5, excuse me, 860 AM, 106.5 FM, WNOV. We are on. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up? What's up?
Jermaine said we got a call. We got a call.
All right.
Hey, caller.
Yes. Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. How about y'allself?
Doing pretty good.
Great.
Thank you. Thanks for calling.
And thank you for accepting my call. But Ashland, Wisconsin, y'all good people sitting up there telling it like it is. I ain't mad at you. Because y'all telling it like it is. Okay?
Thank you.
Excuse me. Yes, but who am I? I'm just JT from the old school. But gentlemen, I want to say thank you so very much for being there at Action Wisconsin, because we need y'all, okay? Because what's going on in this world is crazy, all kind of ways, any way you want to look at it. I just want to thank all you gentlemen sitting up there in the studio. Hey, telling the truth and telling like it is. So don't get mad at me, okay?
No, we appreciate you. Right. We appreciate
that.
the callers coming in and letting us know, how we sound, and if it's anything that you want to highlight or anything that we said, either way, good or bad, we like to know. That's the beauty of free speech. We can exercise that and continuously exercise that. So like I said, you or anybody else that want to call in and tap in and let us know how you feeling, please do.
And thank you, young man.
Yes, sir.
But anyway, excuse me for being from the old school and talking like this, but it's just called respect. Once upon a time, there used to be something called respect, especially in the black community, okay? We didn't have much. We didn't have all this and that and another. And for anybody else there that happened to be a white man or something like that, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And for that white person that's sitting up there, young man, what's your name?
Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
Thank you for being there, Joe.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Hey, Joe.
Yes, sir.
I'm messing, but I ain't lying. I ain't lying.
Right. Yeah.
But Joe, and gentlemen, what's going down these days, all kind of ways, and they trying everything up under the sun to try to keep us from going out to go vote.
Right.
Because I know everybody been seeing those commercials, campaign commercials and stuff like that, as you know. But excuse me for being all over the map, gentlemen.
No, you're
but
fine.
I'm just going to try to tell that just to ask you a question, gentlemen. What can we do to just to let the people know, like you're doing already? Excuse me, like you're doing already. What can we do to just tell people, knock them on top of their head and let them know, if you don't vote, what's going down may be like those old DV movies I used to see back in the days called The Purge. But anyway, gentlemen, anyway, that's another noise. I'm just knocking on that door, okay? But what I'm trying to say, gentlemen, you may not be able to answer this question, but what can we do? Because you're doing a great job just being there. But what can we do? Because I tried back in the days when I came back home from the war in Vietnam and stuff like that with Commander Mike McGee and stuff like that. We was out there protesting back for real, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They Jew and all that. But anyway, gentlemen, that was then, and this is now. This is 2024. Mm-hmm. And as you see those campaign commercials coming on TV talking about this and that and another, and how do you feel about that? And if we can get people out to vote, what would you suggest?
Wow. Thank you for that.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
And I appreciate y'all being there, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all take care now.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day. Yeah.
God bless you.
Okay.
What we can do, I mean, keep continuously doing, and just to answer your question, sir, continuously doing what we are doing, and it really come down to a strategy, and not just, this is just on some nonpartisan views for me. This is just a strategy of, it has to be more togetherness, and it has to continuously be practiced. We can't just sit here and always get on the radio and be like, yeah, we have to come together. People have to be like, all right, who gonna set it up? Who gonna do it? what group or which person from which organizer or which, you know, policy director or which, you know, manager from these organizations and these corporate organizations and people that they got that's working on the DEI projects and people that's working on the, you know, let's pull back into community projects, whatever they call them. How can we get everybody in these rooms to understand the severity of this? Because I mean, brothers every day and young men all across the city that's not in that don't take it serious. But you got a daughter, you got a mama, you like to breathe the air, you like to be able to have the freedom to exercise and read what you want to read. You like to be able to go and do whatever little tasks and activities you like to do without it being a restriction or a restricting you or it going up astronomically in price. So you should continuously think about all the things that you like to do and the things that you want to do, and think about how it will impact you or how it impact your family if you weren't able to get this or be able to take care of this because of some law or something that was brought in by a person that doesn't fit your voting agenda.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what we can do, like you said, Brian, is just continue to do what we're doing, and encourage folks to really to get out there and vote.
Yeah.
You know, so many times we hear, well, my vote doesn't matter. What is it? It doesn't matter. It's just one vote. But you know, if it wasn't so important, there wouldn't be so many folks out there trying to steal it from you.
Yeah.
Or trying to disenfranchise you, or trying to make you a mute point when it comes to voting and to coming to amplify your voice. You know, there's so many people out there trying to stop that. And, you know, I feel like a lot of times we're on the right side of history by encouraging folks to vote. We want more people to vote. We want more people to have access to voting. That's what Wisconsin Voices does.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want folks to not have to struggle to get their vote. We want folks to be able to register easily.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we want all these things, but, you know, we just have to continue to push, and we have to continue to fight. And it's never over. There's always going to be those forces out there pushing back. We just have to push back harder.
Yeah. Well said, Joe. I believe that was well said. I mean, you wouldn't have, if there was no true issues within this, you wouldn't have people that's out here fighting every day. You know, if this was just something that we didn't necessarily have to do, believe me, people wouldn't be out here doing it. This is something that this has to get done. We have to continuously fight. We have to have people that have marches. We got groups. I got a young lady that I knew from an organization that I work with down in through TJC, a smart young lady out of Florida. They're running a march. They're having a march September 28th in DC. You know, these are organization and groups that are fighting for empowerment, you know, for everyday people, you know, and we have to realize that, look, if there's so many people all across the country, it has to be some serious things going on. It's some things that people, you may not understand it, but your cousin might, and they can break it down for you, or your mom might, or somebody else around you. But there are people fighting every day, you know, to make sure that there are equal rights all across the board, whether it's a voting right, whether it's a woman's rights, whether it's being able to have the proper agricultural support. And that's another thing, you know, is more organizations out here fighting for minorities and people of color to be able to get some of this farm money so we can get back to, you know, of course you've seen what happened, and a lot of us know, especially our elders across the community. We know that a lot of blacks weren't able to get the loans for the farming in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and we seen what happened with that. So, you know, it's groups now that's trying to really fight to get that money to these organizations, and you got black farmers on the rise across the country now. So it's a lot of rights out here that people are fighting for, and things fighting for. And if you don't think that people need to be out here fighting for these rights, sometimes the only way that these things are still even on the table is because you got people out here marching every day, or going out every day and canvassing and doing certain things. So yeah, like you said,
get out there and support those organizations. But if you can't, if you can't physically or financially support those organizations that are out there doing that work, it all starts with one. It starts with maybe on Sunday after church, you're talking to your neighbor. Hey, have you seen these issues? Have you taken a look at the local elections? Have you taken a look at these things? Maybe we should really study these issues. This concerns me about this candidate. This concerns me about this ballot initiative. So there's a lot of ways that we can help, and there's a lot of things we can do. And sometimes it just starts with us talking to one person, and then they go talk to one person, and they talk to one person. And that's how movements begin and grassroots really starts. But yeah, if you can get out and support these organizations, either by volunteering, joining in their events, or, a financial donation, that's a great way to help also.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You want to know what's going on, is just staying in the loop, and like I said, coming out to some of these events and just tapping into some of these local organizations. You'll see, that is a lot of people that have the same beliefs and align with a lot of your views when it comes to getting things done in the community. And you want to be in the know. Why would you want to be left out the loop? So one thing I did want to let people know as well, just to kind of since we talk about keeping the community informed, it looks like that Brady Street Hotel is going to be going up. They're going to be looks like they didn't apply for some permits for some demolition.
Wow.
So you guys, if you don't know, the application to raise the building on the east side for my people who used to go to CD Max or who spend time over there at Brady and Farwell, they are look like they're going to put that hotel right there smack dab in the middle of Brady. So Brady is going to be looking like a little posh area now. So I don't know if that's going to bring in like a posh boutique vibe to Brady Street, or is it going to keep that same bar vibe? Because you bringing in that type of hotel right there on Farwell and Brady, and then you got these bars right here. Like, Brady has a certain type of energy.
I was about to say the same thing, Brian.
Then you bringing in this 11-story Hilton hotel. So the thing is they applied for them to raise the 12,000 square foot commercial building right there that's there currently, and then they are getting ready to. So they did gain approval from the Milwaukee Common Council to rezone the 11-story, 130 room hotel right there. The hotel is still unnamed, but I did see in another article that they said it will be a one of the Hilton. Is it called Tape Street? Is that how you say it? Tape Street, TAP. Tapestry or Tape Street hotels. So I'm guessing that's pretty much saying a boutique hotel, right?
Yeah.
130 rooms sounds boutique.
I think I've stayed in something similar to
I was saying a couple
to that before,
myself.
But Milwaukee has such awesome, rich neighborhoods throughout it. That's one thing I've learned since I moved here, is how many different neighborhoods there are and how rich in culture and history that those are. I'm all for progress and change and moving forward. And sometimes you got to take down the old to put in the new. But man, that kind of Brady Street was one of the first places I went when I moved to Milwaukee, and I love the way it, the feel of it down there.
Yeah.
And I'd hate to see that change.
Yeah, a lot of people weren't happy about that, but we'll see what happens. We'll give some updates to the city. I do want to thank y'all for just sitting here listening to us, whether you were at home, chilling, or at work. We appreciate you. I do want to say God bless y'all, and definitely probably be Joe and Toya for the rest of the week.
Yep.
This is Brian, lead organizer with Wisconsin Voices.
Joe Dre.
And you were on Be a Voice Radio. Thanks again. WNOV 860 106.5 FM.